Alright guys, so today we're in front of the E46. This is a car, as you know, I bought as a car to fix up for the channel. This has the stripped head bolt issue because somebody overheated it and pulled the head bolt threads out of the block. So, as you can see here, M54, 2.5. This one's an all-wheel drive version. And there's a lot of reasons. Obviously, this is has a lot of stuff removed. A lot of reasons to buy this car. If you don't overheat it, it's actually a pretty good car. All the issues on these cars have gotten to be where they're not very expensive to fix, which makes it very appealing. And you know, somebody on this one has already done the upper hoses, lower hoses, already done the water pump, the belts, the pulleys, and the thermostat. Already done the coil packs. The PCV has not been done. But somebody just overheated. I think they'd done all this after it already nuked itself trying to fix it. So you could have one of these cars. I would say what, $800 to up to $5,000-$6,000. Depends on what year it is, how nice it is, and all that stuff. But especially for a car to drive, especially this would mean all-wheel drive. Like these M54 cars, you get them in here to do one totally up, all the maintenance stuff in one shot and one go, you can be looking about $500 to $600 just in parts. And that sounds like a lot, but it's not really that bad if you do the work yourself. If you took it to a shop, who knows, right? Who knows if you took it to a shop? That's not really what this video is about or what we're talking about. So for $600, that'll get you more than likely a new valve cover, cooling system. That'll get you new throttle body boots, a DISA. That'll get you new coil packs, and probably new control arms for that money. And so if you buy it, assuming that, you can't really get hurt on these. If you have an E46 and it's black, chances are it's doing this on the top. That will take a repaint. This car overall, we have the interior of it right now, or most of it out of it right now, is not too bad. So our plan with this car at this point in time is to get the interior back in it, and then we're going to send it to the body shop. We'll get any little bit of scratches that's on it. There's a little bit of scuffing here. We'll get Philip come in here and show you this. A little bit of scuffing here. And like I said, the top needs to be repainted. On this one, the hood's already been redone. Usually the hood gets as faded as the top does. This one does not have that problem. So we'll send this up to Chad, the body shop. He'll fix everything, the clear coat on top of the mirror, and get the body done up correctly. And so this car is, we're able to do this. We know somebody in the body shop that owns a body shop that can hook us up with that. The car is black, easiest color in the world to paint besides white, and because there's no matching. The windshield is not cracked in this car. I'm looking at it as I say that. The windshield's not cracked in this car. Did we do both? Yeah, we did both front window regulators in this car. They were both, one was totally broken, another one was on its way out. And we'll replace both of those. And then we'll put tires on it, more than likely wheels on it. But that's all stuff that you don't have to do. If you buy one of these for cheap, it might have good tires on it. It may not need any paint work at all. Or maybe you don't want to do the paint work. Maybe you just want a driver car. You don't care if it has a little bit of scuffs here and there on it, right? This being an all-wheel drive model, that's great. That'll make it bring more money. Then you have to worry about front diff issues. You have to worry about front CV axles, which it needs CV axles, and all that kind of business. Really not overall a bad car. We'll take you around the inside and show you. So is it worth to buy one of these in 2021? I think it really is. I think it's more worth it to buy it in 2022. It's more worth it to buy it in 2022 than it was in 2020 or 2021. We have the door cards off of this thing. You can see the visors laying in the seat. It has the wrong floor mats in it, but the seats are pretty much mint condition. All the dash is really good shape. Nothing's torn up. And it should be a pretty straightforward build. And we thought we'd do this video today because a lot of you guys are looking at these exact cars, wanting to do this exact thing with this exact car. And we haven't made a video about this in a little while. So we figured do a full out video about it today. And that's it. These cars are still old enough to where there's not a whole lot of electronic surprises. They're still old enough to where if you have a module, if you have a light module go down, like here it's on the back of the light switch. If that goes down and your headlights are staying on, or one of your headlights won't come on, there's no power to it, You could just simply go to eBay. You could pull that out, go to eBay, buy one of those modules with the same part number on it, and swap it. It's a direct swap. There's no coding, there's no program, there's no nothing. A lot of people like these cars because of that. This is the last chassis, besides this and the E39, the last two chassis you could do that on. Anything newer, you cannot do any of that stuff at all. Same goes for the body control module, same goes for any of that stuff at all. Obviously, the ECU still has a key chip. That's not direct swap at all. That's going to throw all kinds of other issues. But there's no crazy money surprises with these cars, and that's why you should buy one in 2022. And another thing, as far as the transmissions go in these cars, so this car would have, if it's all-wheel drive, it's going to have a GM box. If it's automatic and all-wheel drive. If it's rear-wheel drive, it's going to have a 5HP 19. It's still a ZF box. And both those transmissions in this chassis are pretty stable. They don't have a lot of issues. The nice thing about it, if you do have one fail on you and breaks a drum or breaks something, you could go buy the transmission for a few $100 and keep going. Another thing is the engines, the M54 engines right now, they went up a little bit in price. They're still very cheap. You could buy one of these shipped to your front door off eBay for about $700. And they'll come with a warranty from a larger company. So as long as when you first get it in, you pull the valve cover immediately, make sure all the head bolts are tight, and that means it's good. If any of them's loose, it's garbage. So definitely that. I'm trying to think anything else in this car. This car has eBay headlights. E46 headlights like to fog up really, really bad. But if you don't leave it outside and you stay on top of it, they're easy to fix. You could also get some pretty good aftermarket ones, not these, that look very factory. So there is that. Control arms are nice and cheap for it. All drive control arms are a little bit more. You could buy control arm sets for about $120. That comes with stabilizer links, all that kind of stuff. And you could pretty much do a refresh. You just got to watch on the older chassis to watch for subframe problems. This car doesn't have any subframe cracks or any issues because it's all-wheel drive and it's automatic. Now, if it was an M3 or if it was a manual car and somebody's been dumping the clutch a lot, it'll break out the subframe. They revamped that in 03, I believe, 02. But they didn't totally fix it. They just made it a little bit better. So beware of that. If you're going to look at these one of these, you can actually slide under the back of it and look where the subframe bolts to the chassis and look for cracks up there. And if that all looks good and you're willing to do some work, you definitely buy E46 for cheap and have a nice car when you're all done. That's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Be back with another one very soon.